Good evening and welcome to Andrea's #1 news station. It's a transformative time for Eneida Bay. Major transit upgrades are rolling out citywide, from the conversion of 2 key bus lines to high-capacity light rail to new construction in Oliver Glen, where the Blue Line subway station and modern bus terminal are being built to support the suburb's rapid growth. These projects mark a push towards smarter, more connected transportation. And with the city's 5th mayoral race heating up, infrastructure and transit are shaping up to be central issues on the campaign trail. Voters will have a chance to decide who will lead Eneida Bay into the next chapter of urban development. Heyo and welcome to Build and Beautify Season 2. In this City Skylines modded Let's Play, we'll build Eneida Bay, a vibrant city of our dreams featuring transit-oriented development, clean energy, and deep city detailing. Last episode, we tuned into Andrea's #1 news station to catch up on the latest heated mayoral race in Eneida Bay. Then we jumped back into city building, finishing up Fox Ridge with a new block of office and some sleek commercial zones right near the highway entrance. So if you happen to miss that last episode, then click on the info card above or check out the entire Build and Beautify Season 2 playlist located in the description below. In today's episode, we're heading back to Andrea for an exclusive segment with the mayoral candidates, where they lay out exactly what they plan to bring to Eneida Bay if they win. Then it's back to the streets as we tackle some overloaded transit lines, drop in some much-needed upgrades, and start laying the groundwork for our next suburb, all built around smart, transit-oriented development. So are you enjoying building Eneida Bay? If so, hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to appease the almighty algorithm. If you can't wait to see the new season unfold, consider becoming a channel member for exclusive perks, emojis, and early access to the videos. And don't miss out on our channel merchandise linked in the description below. Alrighty everyone, well, with the bustling city as our backdrop, I am wicked excited to dig my fingers into today's episode. So kick back, grab your favorite beverage, and please enjoy. Welcome back to Andrea's #1 news station. Big changes are coming to the Eneida Bay transit system, and a major step toward a more efficient and comfortable commute. 2 of the city's busiest bus lines will soon be upgraded to state-of-the-art light rail service. Officials say the move will not only boost rider capacity and ease traffic congestion, but also provide a smoother, more reliable transit experience for thousands of daily commuters. Construction is set to begin, making a bold investment in Eneida Bay's future of sustainable urban mobility. To kick things off, we're diving into some transit upgrades, starting with a quick review of our current bus lines in Fox Ridge. If you've been following the series, you'll know I like to keep the vehicle occupancy hovering around 30 to 50%, so the first one up on our list to do today is the Fox Ridge West bus line. Also, do you notice something new? Yep, I finally grabbed the Extended Transport Manager mod, and wow, is it a game changer. Seriously, I can't wait to fully use this once we wrap up the city and do a full transit deep dive for Eneida Bay. But yeah, so fangirling aside, it's easy to see why this line gets so packed. It connects with a bunch of others, which is great for flow, but not so great for capacity. So it might be time to upgrade this one to a tram line. We'll cruise through that upgrade now, and while we're at it, we'll organically tweak some roads and drop in a few new transit hubs. We'll probably come back and polish those later, especially since it kind of sounds like there may be a new patch and DLC on the way with some new, toys for us to play with. Next up in our transit upgrades is the Upper Fox Ridge bus line, honestly, which is easily one of the most popular in the network right now. Honestly, no surprise there, it connects with multiple other lines for over half of its route, which makes it super useful, but also a bit of a traffic magnet. Right now, it's running about 9 vehicles, and they're definitely beginning to clog up. So yeah, this one's also going to get the tram treatment. Ideally, I'd love to give the trams a dedicated lane, but that's gonna get a little tricky as we head up the ridge, especially through those really nice residential blocks where we built the row homes and added on-street parking. Traffic through that area isn't terrible though, so I think we'll be okay. Honestly, I love the New England vibe going down there with that 4-lane road. It kind of just feels super cozy, and I'd hate to lose that charm just for pure efficiency. We'll also need a solid, kind of like turnaround terminus point for this new tram line instead of using the default roundabout at the end of this line. I'm going to just kind of delete the default one and build a custom one, kind of like we did with the other tram line. Honestly, because it's going to be cleaner and I think easier that way. Good evening, Oneida Bay, and welcome back to NMN, Namandria's #1 news station. As election season heats up, the race for mayor is officially underway, and the candidates are wasting no time laying out their visions for the future of our city. From eco-friendly reforms to economic revitalization, the stakes are high and the ideas are bold. Tonight, we take a look at the key players vying for your vote, each with a unique plan to shape Oneida Bay's next chapter. Let's dive into the candidates, their platforms, and what it could mean for the community we call home. In a candid one-on-one interview earlier today, Mayor Oliver Green confirmed he'll be seeking a third term at the helm of Oneida Bay. The incumbent is doubling down on his signature platform of eco-friendly initiatives and a cleaner, greener city, goals he's championed since day one. But this time, Mayor Green is adding a new promise to the mix, bringing bicycle lanes to the forefront of city planning. He says he'll work closely with the Eneida Bay Transit Authority and grassroots organizations to make cycling a safer, healthier, and more accessible mode of transportation for all residents. With this renewed focus on sustainable mobility, Mayor Green is hoping voters will back his vision for a brighter, bike-friendlier Oneida Bay. Tourism visionary George Marble has also set his sights on City Hall, announcing his candidacy with a bold promise to transform Oneida Bay into the region's next must-visit leisure hotspot. Marble's campaign centers on revitalizing the local economy by attracting visitors and their wallets through a slate of new, family-friendly attractions and entertainment venues. From upgraded waterfront experiences to year-round events designed to put Oneida Bay on the map, Marble says it's time the city capitalizes on its untapped potential. His pitch? More tourism, more jobs, and a stronger bottom line for local businesses. Longtime civic advocate Betty Wallace is throwing her hat into the mayoral ring with a clear-eyed focus on fiscal recovery and community uplift. Wallace says it's time to bring Oneida Bay's budget back into the green, and she plans to do it with a comprehensive audit of city spending and smart reinvestments. At the heart of her campaign, the introduction of welfare offices across the city to better support struggling residents and a strategic partnership with former Mayor Fox to develop new neighborhoods aimed at expanding the tax base and creating long-term financial stability. For Wallace, it's all about building a city that works for everyone. As the campaign for Oneida Bay's mayoral seat intensifies, voters have real decisions ahead on green initiatives, economic growth, and social support. We've heard from Oliver Green, George Marble, and Betty Wallace, and each brings a distinct vision for our city's future. But now you get to have a voice tonight. Right here on YouTube, we posted a community poll, your chance to weigh in and tell us who you believe should lead Oneida Bay into the next chapter. So go ahead, cast your vote and let your voice be heard in this election. And thank you for watching here on NMN Namandria's #1 news station. Moving on from our coverage of the mayoral election, major transit developments are now underway over in Oliver Glen. Crews have broken ground on a brand new Blue Line subway station alongside a modern bus terminal designed to serve the community's future needs. City planners say the transit expansion is a proactive step, anticipating the rapid residential and commercial growth expected in the area. Once complete, the new stations will offer seamless connections to the greater Oneida Bay transit network, bringing convenience, accessibility, and forward-thinking infrastructure to one of the region's newest neighborhoods. To kick things off, I'm going to place a bus station, specifically the local bus station from the Modern Architecture Pack. Now, I'll admit, this thing is probably overkill. It's got 5 platforms by default, but you can actually add 5 more for a total of 10. That's way more than we'll ever need in this area, but I'll be using it for 2 key reasons. First, it supports office sub-buildings, which lets me bulk it up into a more substantial asset, and I really want that visual weight in this part of the suburb. Second, I wanted to switch things up a bit. We've been using the small bus station all over Oneida Bay, so this gives us some nice visual variety and makes this part of the city feel a little more unique. We'll place this one down first since it's the largest asset I plan to use. That'll help us frame this surrounding area, giving us space to work in some parks, plazas, and maybe a few other custom touches. Next up, a subway station. Now, I really considered going all out with 4 subway stations, blue, red, purple, and yellow lines, but the space is tight. And with how City Skylines handles subway placements, it's a little tough. You can't cross the subway lines under roads cleanly, and some of the terrain here would have meant crazy steep slopes, which I really wanted to avoid. I also thought about cutting it down to just 2 stations and doubling up the train lines, but I was worried that that would lead to congestion in the long run. Another issue, if we ever wanted to push a line closer to the eastern shoreline, we'd be limited to the Oliver Glen hub layout, and honestly, major hubs usually sit closer to the city core anyway, which technically we already do technically have one down at the L Fox pedestrian piers. Okay, so a lot of brain dumping there, but that's kind of the stuff that was weighing on my mind while planning this area out. Lots of trade-offs, but I think the direction we're taking will keep things clean, functional, and for the most part, future-proof. Anyway, sit back and enjoy the rest of the time lapse, and let's get Oliver Glen moving. Alrighty, everyone, I think that just about wraps up today's episode. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to appease the almighty algorithm. If you're excited to see the next episode unfold, consider becoming a channel member for exclusive perks, emojis, and early access to the videos. Also, don't forget to check out our channel merchandise linked in the description below. Until next time, I hope everyone has a phenomenal week.